Welcome. In this video, we're going to go over Vim text editor shortcuts on Ubuntu Linux. All right, and in order to demo this, I've just gone straight out to GNS3, and I have the Vim cheat sheet pulled up, and I'm going to have a link to the cheat sheet in the description below. And the first thing that I want to impress upon you is how many shortcuts there are in Vim. And so obviously, I'm not going to go through all of this. I'm just going to go through some of the most basic ones that you would need to get in and start editing files, saving them, and quitting. But as you can see, this page drags on and on for a while, and there's a ton of different options. And in the previous video, we installed Vim on this Ubuntu Docker container, which comes by default in GNS3 now when you download GNS3. And so if you guys don't have Vim installed, you guys should go check that video out. And I'm going to leave a link in the description for that as well. And the first step in using Vim is going to be to type Vim and then the name of the file that you're going to be editing. All right, so what we get here is you can see we have these green options down on the bottom. Because test already exists and it's not a brand new file that we're creating called test, it gives us these options. So I'm going to hit E for edit anyway. And just like in the other text editors, you can use the directions. You can use the arrows, the direction arrows to move around. You have these other options over here to move around as well. So you can use the H to move left, J down, K, L, L to move right, K to move up. And then you can use capital versions to move as well. So you can move to the top of the screen, capital M moves to the middle of the screen, capital L moves to the bottom of the screen. And the next thing to note is that when you enter into a file on Vim, you're not initially in editing mode. Now, in order to enter editing mode, there's two different ways that you can do this. You can type I for insert, or you can type A, which allows you to start editing after the character that you're currently on. And I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to put my cursor on this third one here in this top row. And if I hit I, notice how it then says insert in the lower left here. And I'm going to hit A. So it puts it before that character. So that's how insert works. I'll hit backspace. And then in order to exit insert mode, I'm just going to hit escape. Notice how the insert in the lower left-hand corner disappears. And I'm going to go back to the third number one there. And now I'm going to hit A. And it moves the cursor to after that. And then I'll hit A again, and it puts it after that. So basically, insert is going to insert it before that character, and A is going to go after that character. All right, then I'm going to hit exit. And notice the insert goes away, so I'm no longer in editing mode. And then if you see this right here, we can do R, which replaces a single character. Okay, so I'm on that third number one there, and I'm going to hit R. And then I'll also type the letter A, and it replaced that third number one with the character A, and it also immediately took me out of editing mode. So the way R works is it replaces the one character that you're hovering over with the character that you type, and then immediately takes you out of editing mode. And so I'm going to hit R again and type 1, and now we can see that I have turned the A back into a 1, so it's all 1s on the top row. All right, so let's say we're working on a file and we want to save our changes. The way to do that is to hit colon and then W. And then it gets, and then we can see down here that we have written. All right, now I'm going to type some extra text here. All right, so now I've got some extra text here since the last save on that bottom line there. And if I want to exit without saving those changes, I'm going to hit escape. And then I'm going to hit colon, quit, exclamation point. Now I'll go back into it, edit, and you can see that that bottom line that I had there is not there because we did not save the changes. So Q means quit, and the exclamation point means that we're going to override the fact that there's been changes that we haven't saved. It's basically telling it to exit the file without saving the changes since the last write. Now I'll go back in here. I'll put that same string back in there. Hit escape so we're no longer in editing mode. And let's say I want to save the changes that I just made. I'm going to hit colon, write, quit. Now we'll go back into it, edit, and you can see that that last line was in there because we wrote before we quit. And you can also do a colon, write, quit, exclamation point, and that's going to execute exactly the same. All right, so that's all I'm going to go through with it. I do encourage you to fully explore it more. What I went through here should allow you to open up a file, make the edits you want to, and save or not save those changes with the file that you're working on. And with that, that concludes this video. This video is just one in my Linux for Network Engineers series, so if you're interested in the other videos, you should check those out as well. Please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.